Imagine a place lost in time, a tranquil village in the heart of China, where life unfolds to the rhythm of ancient traditions. Xi'anbeikun, a world untouched by modernity, where villagers tilled their fields and shared stories under the shade of age-old trees. But beneath this idyllic facade, a secret lay dormant, a hidden world waiting to be unearthed. In the scorching summer of 1992, a mystery emerged from the depths of the earth. Ponds scattered across the landscape held water that defied the relentless sun. These weren't ordinary ponds. They were portals to a forgotten realm. One villager, driven by an insatiable curiosity, dared to peer beyond the surface. For 17 days and nights they labored, draining the water inch by inch, revealing a sight that would rewrite history. A colossal cavern, carved by human hands, emerged from the shadows, its silence echoing with the whispers of a forgotten past. This was just the beginning. Beneath the village, a labyrinth of 24 hand-carved caves lay hidden, a subterranean city lost to time. Who were the architects of this underground world? What secrets did these caverns hold? Join us as we descend into the Longyou Caves, a place where history and mystery intertwine, and where the past challenges our understanding of human potential.
Imagine a tranquil village nestled in the heart of Zhejiang Province, China, a place where time seems to stand still and life has remained unchanged for generations. The villagers of Xi'anbeikun went about their daily routines, tending to their fields and sharing stories under the shade of ancient trees. Little did they know that beneath their feet lay one of the most astonishing archaeological discoveries of the 20th century. What secrets did the earth conceal, and how would a simple act of curiosity unveil a hidden world? In the sweltering summer of 1992, the villagers were mystified by a peculiar phenomenon. Scattered across their fields were several small ponds, calm, unassuming bodies of water that never dried up, no matter how scorching the sun or prolonged the drought. These weren't ordinary ponds. What made them so mysteriously enduring? Was there something beneath the surface keeping them perpetually filled? One villager, Wu Anai, couldn't shake the feeling that something extraordinary lay hidden in the depths. Each day, as he gazed into the still waters, questions swirled in his mind. Could there be a secret cavern below, a forgotten tomb, or perhaps a treasure waiting to be discovered? Driven by an insatiable curiosity, Wu decided to find out. He rallied his neighbors, sharing his suspicions and igniting their imaginations. Together, they pooled their modest resources to rent a water pump, a significant expense for the humble community. For 17 grueling days and nights, the pump chugged tirelessly. The villagers watched with bated breath as the water level gradually receded. Murky depths gave way to shadows, and shadows hinted at shapes. What was beginning to emerge? As the last of the water was drained, the villagers stood in stunned silence. Before them yawned the mouth of a massive, hand-carved cavern. The air was cool and damp, carrying the faint scent of ancient stone. Tentatively, they stepped inside. The walls were astonishingly smooth, and the ceilings soared high above, disappearing into darkness. Meticulous, parallel chisel marks rippled across every surface like waves frozen in time, a silent testament to human endeavor. The sheer scale of the chamber was beyond anything they could have imagined. But this was just the beginning. Encouraged by their incredible find, the villagers turned their attention to the other ponds. One after another, they drained them, each revealing entrances to colossal underground chambers, 24 in total. The realization dawned on them. An entire subterranean world lay beneath their feet. Who could have built such enormous caverns, and for what purpose? The questions grew more urgent and tantalizing. As word spread, archaeologists and researchers from across the globe flocked to the site, eager to explore the enigma of the Longyou caves. Inside these caverns, they found spaces reaching heights of up to 30 meters, tall enough to fit a 10-story building. Each chamber covered an area exceeding 1,000 square meters, rivaling the grandeur of the world's largest cathedrals. To put it into perspective, the total volume of rock meticulously removed to create these caves is estimated at over 1 million cubic meters. That's nearly half the volume of stone used to build the Great Pyramid of Giza. How did ancient people achieve such a monumental feat without the aid of modern machinery? What drove them to undertake such an immense project? The precision and uniformity of the chisel marks suggested that the caves were carved using consistent techniques and tools, possibly during the same period. The structural integrity of these vast spaces, maintained over thousands of years, indicated a sophisticated understanding of engineering and rock mechanics. Yet, as researchers delved into historical records, they found nothing. Not a single ancient text or inscription shed light on their origin. Could an entire chapter of history have been lost? Or was this a secret deliberately kept? One of the villagers who first stepped into the cavern recalled, his voice tinged with awe. "We had no idea that such a vast underground world existed beneath our feet. It was astonishing to see the massive space and the intricate carvings inside. It felt like stepping into an ancient time, hidden away for thousands of years." Theories about the purpose of the caves began to surface, each more intriguing than the last. Some scholars suggested they were used as storage facilities, perhaps for grain or valuable goods, safeguarded from the elements and potential invaders. The constant temperature and humidity underground would have provided ideal conditions for preservation. Others believed the caves served as shelters during times of war or natural disasters, offering refuge to thousands of people. There's even speculation that they were tombs for royalty or sites for elaborate religious ceremonies, given their grandeur and the effort required to construct them. But without concrete evidence, these remain educated guesses. What secrets are the caves still holding close? An interesting theory proposes that the caves were part of an ancient flood prevention or irrigation system. Given their proximity to the Guyaju River and the consistent water levels in the ponds before they were drained, could these caverns have been ingeniously designed to manage water resources? If so, this would indicate an advanced level of environmental engineering and foresight. The intricate network of chambers might have acted as reservoirs, controlling water flow during seasonal changes. How advanced were the ancient builders, and what else were they capable of? An archaeologist studying the caves remarked, "The Longyou caves challenge our understanding of ancient Chinese engineering. Their creation would have required an unprecedented level of coordination and skill." A historian added, "The discovery of the Longyou caves is akin to finding a hidden key to our past. They open up countless questions about who built them and why." What other secrets does the past hold, waiting for someone curious enough to uncover them? Perhaps the greatest legacy of the Longyou caves is the inspiration they provide, a reminder that even in our modern world, there are still wonders to be discovered, questions to be answered, and mysteries that challenge our understanding of history. The next time you walk over seemingly ordinary ground, ask yourself, what might be hidden just beneath the surface? If you liked this video, then you're going to love our next adventure. Prepare to be amazed. Deep in the jungles of Cambodia, archaeologists made a stunning discovery. Using LiDAR technology, they uncovered a gigantic prehistoric structure, Angkor Wat, a sprawling temple complex. But Angkor Wat is just the beginning. LiDAR scans revealed a vast network of ancient cities and temples, built by a lost civilization predating the Khmer Empire. These structures challenge everything we thought we knew about ancient capabilities. Join us as we explore the breathtaking ruins of Angkor Wat with its intricate carvings and hidden chambers. We'll uncover the mysteries surrounding its construction and astronomical alignments. Prepare to be amazed as we unravel the secrets of this ancient civilization and their incredible technology. Nestled in the heart of the Mediterranean, the Maltese Islands rise like timeless sentinels, guarding secrets that reach back into the depths of prehistory. This small nation, perched at the crossroads of ancient trade routes, is a tapestry woven with the threads of countless civilizations. Beneath its golden limestone cliffs and rolling fields dotted with wildflowers lies a hidden world, one that predates even the Great Pyramids of Giza and Stonehenge. In 1902, as Malta stood on the brink of modernity, an extraordinary discovery would forever alter our understanding of its ancient past. In the quiet town of Paula, construction workers were laboring to lay foundations for new housing, carving into the soft limestone bedrock. Their chisels and picks, tools of everyday toil, suddenly broke through into an unexpected void. The earth yawned open, revealing a labyrinthine complex that had slumbered in silence for millennia, the Hal Safleeni Hypogeum. This was no ordinary cavern or natural cave. The hypogeum, from the Greek meaning underground chamber, is a subterranean masterpiece, an intricate complex of interconnecting halls, chambers and passages hewn entirely by human hands between 4000 and 2500 BCE. Descending 3 levels and over 10 meters below the surface, it stands as a monumental achievement of engineering and artistry. To grasp the enormity of this endeavor, consider that the ancient builders meticulously extracted more than 2,000 tons of limestone using only primitive tools fashioned from stone, bone, and antler. Imagine the persistence and skill required to remove a mass equivalent to that of 200 African elephants, or about 1/5 the weight of the Eiffel Tower's iron structure, all without the wheel, without metal tools, without the written word. Leading the effort to uncover the secrets of this underground enigma was Dr. Themistocles Zammit, Malta's first director of museums and a pioneering archaeologist. Reflecting on the discovery, he remarked, "The hypogeum is a monument surpassing all others in its uniqueness, and in the testimony it bears to the high civilization of the people who built it." His dedication ensured that the site was carefully excavated and preserved for future generations. As we venture deeper into the hypogeum's dimly lit corridors, the air grows cool, and the echoes of our footsteps mingle with whispers of the past. The walls and ceilings are adorned with swirling patterns painted in red ochre, spirals, honeycombs, and intricate motifs that may symbolize the cycle of life, the cosmos, or pathways to realms beyond our own. The architecture mirrors that of the megalithic temples above ground, such as Hagar Kim and Menadra, suggesting a seamless connection between the earthly and the divine. Among the treasures unearthed within the depths of the hypogeum is the enigmatic Sleeping Lady, a small terracotta figurine depicting a corpulent woman reclining peacefully on a couch. Her closed eyes and serene expression have captivated scholars and visitors alike. Is she a representation of a mother goddess, symbolizing fertility and rebirth? As archaeologist Setemi Zammit observed, she embodies the enigmatic spirituality of a people whose rituals and beliefs remain just beyond our grasp. The hypogeum also served as a necropolis, a city of the dead, where the remains of over 7,000 individuals were carefully placed. The bones, often arranged with care, suggest complex funerary practices and a deep reverence for the afterlife. Some skulls found exhibited elongated shapes, sparking debates and fueling legends about ancient races with extraordinary attributes. One chamber, in particular, has ignited both scholarly interest and public imagination, the Oracle Chamber. This small niche possesses acoustic properties so unique that sounds made within it resonate throughout the entire complex. Modern acoustic engineers have studied the chamber and found that it amplifies frequencies around 110 Hz. At this frequency, sound waves can induce a meditative or altered state of consciousness in listeners, affecting brain activity in profound ways. Could it be that the builders intentionally designed the oracle chamber to harness the power of sound? Some researchers, like Dr. Linda Ineix of the Old Temple Study Foundation, suggest that the use of acoustic technology in the hypogeum indicates a sophisticated understanding of psychoacoustics, potentially used for rituals aimed at transcending the physical realm. This intersection of architecture, art, and acoustics hints at a culture deeply attuned to the forces of nature and the human psyche. The hypogeum may have been a place where initiates underwent sensory experiences intended to connect them with the spiritual world, blurring the boundaries between life and death, the tangible and the ethereal. Yet, the hypogeum's mysteries have also given rise to numerous legends and speculative theories. Tales persist of a lost race of giants who constructed the underground temple with knowledge and abilities beyond those of ordinary humans. Some stories even recount how early explorers vanished within its depths, never to be seen again. While these accounts are steeped in myth, they reflect the profound impact the hypogeum has on our collective imagination. As the echoes of these legends fade, we are reminded of the significant impact the hypogeum has had on both historical scholarship and modern science. Its discovery not only unveiled an architectural marvel, but also reshaped our understanding of prehistoric societies. Renowned archaeologist and Professor Colin Renfrew once stated, "The hypogeum challenges our perceptions of prehistoric societies, compelling us to acknowledge that these ancient people possessed a complexity of thought and culture that rivals our own." His words remind us that the achievements of the past continue to inform and inspire the present. What if, beneath our feet, are clues to a forgotten era? An era when ancient engineers crafted monumental structures with such precision and scale that they rival modern achievements. Welcome to the mysteries of the Oya stone quarry and the Miyadani quarry. Our journey begins in the quiet town of Oya, nestled in Tochigi Prefecture. In the year 1919, while searching for new mining sites, workers stumbled upon a cavernous space unlike anything they'd seen before. What they found was the Oya stone quarry, a vast underground labyrinth stretching over 20,000 square meters. Carved from volcanic ash stone known as Oya Ishi, this subterranean wonder is a testament to human ambition. Walking through its colossal chambers feels like wandering through an ancient cathedral, with ceilings soaring up to 30 meters high and massive pillars supporting the weight above. The air is thick with history, every echo a reminder of the countless hands that shaped this underground marvel. One historian described it as a man-made Grand Canyon, where each cut tells a tale of artistry and determination. But how did ancient workers, with supposedly primitive tools, manage to extract such enormous stone blocks with unparalleled precision? The walls are remarkably smooth, the angles sharp, as if crafted with modern machinery. Could they have possessed advanced techniques lost to time, or is there another explanation? Could the quarry have been more than a source of stone? Perhaps a site of astronomical significance or even spiritual rituals? These intriguing possibilities open up a world of questions about the knowledge and intentions of those who carved these massive spaces. Shifting our gaze westward, we arrive at the Miyadani quarry in the Kansai region. This site, though less known, is equally baffling. Here, gigantic stone blocks, some estimated to weigh over 500 tons, lie abandoned as if the workers vanished overnight. The sheer size of these megaliths begs the question, how did they plan to move them? Modern cranes struggle with such weights, so what methods did the ancients employ? Some propose that these quarries are evidence of a lost civilization, one with engineering skills that predate recorded history. Others speculate about extraterrestrial involvement, suggesting that beings from beyond aided in the construction, a theory fueled by the precise cuts and inexplicable logistics. As the renowned researcher Erich von Däniken once posited, these monuments are messages carved in stone left by visitors from the stars. Adding to the mystery are recent discoveries in the vicinity. In 2020, archaeologists unearthed tools made from materials not native to the region, hinting at long-distance trade or migration. Additionally, nearby cave paintings depict figures that some interpret as wearing helmets or suits, fueling further speculation about ancient astronauts. But not everyone is convinced by these theories. Skeptics argue that with time, manpower, and ingenuity, ancient societies could achieve remarkable feats. The discovery of stone hammers, chisels, and wedge marks at the quarries supports the idea of human craftsmanship. Experiments have demonstrated that with simple tools and techniques like leveraging and sledges, moving large stones is feasible. Professor Hiroshi Nakamura, a leading expert in ancient engineering, states, "We often underestimate the resourcefulness of our ancestors. Necessity drove innovation, and communal efforts made the impossible possible. Yet, whispers of conspiracies persist. Some believe that governments or secret societies suppress information about these sites to keep hidden the true history of humanity. Others claim that the quarries are connected by underground tunnels to distant parts of the world, a global network built by an advanced civilization." Adding to the intrigue, other nearby discoveries have surfaced. In the forests surrounding Miyadani, explorers have reported finding strange stone formations that align perfectly with the cardinal points. Some suggest these could have been part of an ancient navigation system or a network of communication across vast distances. In contemplating these mysteries, we might recall the words of philosopher Lao Tzu. "The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Each stone cut, each block moved, was a step toward a vision we are yet to fully comprehend." As we stand before these monumental stones, we're confronted with more questions than answers. What drove these ancient people to undertake such colossal projects? How did they overcome challenges that would daunt even modern engineers? What secrets lie hidden within these ancient quarries? Nestled within the rugged slopes of Tangshan Mountain in the Yanqing district of China, approximately 80 kilometers northwest of the bustling metropolis of Beijing, the Guyaju caves were only discovered in 1984. This surprisingly late discovery underscores the remote and hidden nature of the site, despite its relative proximity to a major population center. The complex is a sprawling subterranean world comprising 117 caves that house a staggering 350 individual chambers, all meticulously carved into the granite cliffs. The entire complex spans an impressive area of 24.7 acres, 100,000 square meters, making it a site of considerable scale and complexity. The Yanqing district itself is known for its mountainous terrain and historical significance, being home to a section of the Great Wall of China, a testament to the region's long history of human habitation and strategic importance. However, the relationship, if any, between the Great Wall and the Guyaju caves remains purely speculative. Unlike other ancient sites that offer a wealth of archaeological artifacts, inscriptions, and historical documentation, Guyaju is eerily silent. No datable artifacts, such as pottery shards, tools, weapons, or even human remains, have been recovered from within the caves. Even more perplexing is the complete absence of any mention of the site in known historical texts. This silence is particularly striking given the scale, sophistication, and presumed longevity of the complex. Chinese historical records are renowned for their detail and comprehensiveness, meticulously documenting events, construction projects, and the lives of both rulers and commoners. The renowned Han Dynasty historian Sima Qian 145–86 BC, in his monumental work Records of the Grand Historian Shiji, painstakingly chronicled centuries of Chinese history, stating his purpose as to investigate the connections between heaven and humanity, to penetrate the transformations from past to present, so as to form the words of one school of thought. One would expect that a site as significant as Guyaju, requiring immense effort and resources to create, would have left some trace, some echo in the historical record. Yet, the caves remain an anomaly, a blank page in the otherwise richly detailed annals of Chinese history. This profound silence raises fundamental questions about the site's origin, purpose, and the identity of its creators. It stands in stark contrast to other large-scale projects of ancient China, such as the Terracotta Army, which, while initially hidden, was extensively documented in terms of its purpose and the emperor it was built to honor. The lack of concrete evidence surrounding Guyaju has understandably fueled a wide range of theories regarding its origin and purpose. Each theory attempts to fill the void left by the absence of historical and archaeological data, drawing upon comparative analysis, historical context, and informed speculation. The Tang Dynasty Village, or Granary Theory. Some scholars propose that the complex served as a village or a large-scale granary during the Tang Dynasty in 618 to 907 AD. This theory is based in part on the perceived resemblance of some chambers to known Tang Dynasty architectural styles. The Tang Dynasty was a period of great prosperity and cultural flourishing in China, marked by significant advancements in agriculture, infrastructure, and urban planning. However, no definitive evidence linking Guyaju to the Tang period has been found. The Han Dynasty Military Garrison Theory. Others suggest that Guyaju was a military garrison constructed during the Han Dynasty 202 BC to 220 AD. This theory draws upon the strategic location of the site in a mountainous region and the presence of features that could be interpreted as defensive in nature. The Han Dynasty was a period of significant military expansion and the construction of fortifications along the empire's borders, particularly in the north to defend against nomadic incursions. The nearby Great Wall serves as a powerful example of Han Dynasty defensive architecture. However, the layout and features of Guyaju do not definitively align with known Han Dynasty military structures. The Liao Dynasty Refuge Theory. Another theory posits that Guyaju was a refuge for outlaws, bandits, or a displaced tribe during the Liao Dynasty 916 to 1125 AD. The Liao Dynasty, established by the Khitan people, was a period of political instability and conflict in northern China. This theory suggests that the caves provided a secure and hidden base of operations or a place of refuge from the turmoil of the era. While plausible, this theory, like the others, lacks concrete supporting evidence. It's possible the caves served multiple purposes over many centuries. Despite the mystery surrounding their origin and purpose, the chambers within the Guyaju complex exhibit a remarkable uniformity of design, suggesting a well-planned and organized construction effort carried out over a significant period. Most chambers appear to have been designed as dwellings, bearing a resemblance to cave dwellings found in other parts of the world. Notable examples include the troglodyte dwellings of Cappadocia in Turkey, the Sassi of Matera in Italy, and various cave settlements in Spain. These comparisons, while not definitive proof of cultural exchange, highlight the widespread human practice of utilizing natural caves and rock formations for shelter and habitation. The chambers at Guyaju are predominantly square or rectangular in shape, although some exhibit a circular design. They range in size from single rooms to multi-level structures, connected by a network of passageways. Many chambers feature doorways, windows, kang beds, traditional heated platforms commonly found in northern China, stoves, storage areas, and even sophisticated drainage systems, all meticulously carved from the solid granite rock. The presence of these features suggests a relatively high level of comfort and a degree of permanence in the occupation of the caves. The chambers typically average 1.7 to 1.8 meters in height and 1 to 6 meters in depth, with walls consistently around 30 centimeters thick. The smallest chamber discovered measures a mere 3 square meters, while the largest spans an impressive 20 square meters. A complex system of rock-cut staircases, ladders, and bridges connects the various chambers and levels, creating a navigable network within the cliff face, allowing the inhabitants to move freely throughout the complex. At the highest point of the complex, commanding a panoramic view of the surrounding landscape, lies the Guanting, translated as the Golden Temple. This structure is particularly impressive, consisting of 8 interconnected chambers spread over 2 floors. The Guanting features finely carved stone pillars, a large central stone bed, and stone desks and stools, all crafted with a level of skill and artistry that surpasses that found in the other chambers. Creating Guyaju was a monumental task. Estimates suggest 100 people working for 5 years would be needed, but this depends on unknown factors like available tools. The methods used to carve the granite and transport debris are still speculative. Were they using readily available iron tools or something else entirely? The Guyaju caves are a profound enigma. The absence of artifacts and historical records leaves us with many questions. Who built it? When and why? Was it a village, fortress, refuge, or something else? Confucius said, "To say you know when you know, and to say you do not know when you do not know, that is knowledge." With Guyaju, we must acknowledge our limited knowledge. It's easy to fall into the trap of viewing our Ice Age ancestors as primitive hunter-gatherers, solely focused on survival. However, the archaeological record paints a far richer and more nuanced picture. These were not merely cavemen eking out a precarious existence. Evidence shows that they built complex structures, such as the mammoth bone houses found in Eastern Europe, showcasing remarkable engineering skills. They were master artisans, as evidenced by the exquisite detail of their stone tool technology, a field meticulously documented by archaeologists like François Borde in his influential work, A Tale of Two Caves. The delicately carved Venus figurines, found across Eurasia, hint at a developed aesthetic sense, and perhaps even a symbolic representation of fertility or the female form. Furthermore, their elaborate burial practices, meticulously studied by researchers like Margaret Conkey, suggest a complex belief system and a spiritual life that extended beyond the mundane. As Conkey notes in her work on Upper Paleolithic symbolism, these rituals indicate a society capable of abstract thought and symbolic representation. The Ice Age people inhabited a world imbued with meaning, a world where rituals and beliefs played a significant role. As Pliny the Elder observed centuries later in his Natural History, Book 18, humans have long sought to understand and interpret the natural world. The moon fills the earth with fertilizing moisture and stimulates the generative power in all animals. This awareness of natural cycles likely played a crucial role in Ice Age life, influencing their rituals and survival strategies. The cave paintings themselves are a testament to their artistic prowess. Sites like Lascaux, Altamira, and Chauvet-Pont d'Arc are veritable galleries of prehistoric art, showcasing a mastery of form, color, and perspective. But within these masterpieces lie the cryptic markings that have puzzled researchers for so long. Ben Bacon, an amateur archaeologist driven by an insatiable curiosity, believed these markings were more than just random doodles. He suspected they held a specific meaning, a key to unlocking the thoughts and knowledge of our Ice Age ancestors. Immersing himself in the available research, Bacon spent countless hours studying images of cave art, meticulously recording every instance of these markings. Bacon's meticulous work led him to a groundbreaking hypothesis. The markings were related to animal life cycles. He reached out to academics, and his theory resonated with Professor Paul Pettit and Professor Robert Kentridge from Durham University, and Professor Tony Freeth from University College London. They, along with 2 independent researchers, collaborated with Bacon, pooling their expertise to test his hypothesis. Their findings, published in the Cambridge Archaeological Journal, are nothing short of revolutionary. The markings, they argue, represent a lunar calendar, a system for tracking the reproductive cycles of various animal species. By comparing the number of marks associated with each animal to the known birth cycles of their modern-day counterparts, the team deduced that the marks corresponded to lunar months. The Y symbol, they posit, signified giving birth. This system of proto-writing is remarkably sophisticated. It demonstrates that Ice Age hunter-gatherers were not merely passive observers of their environment. They were actively recording information, using a symbolic system to track crucial events in the natural world. As Professor Pettit explains, the results show that Ice Age hunter-gatherers were the first to use a systematic calendar and marks to record information about major ecological events within that calendar. This discovery builds upon the work of researchers like Genevieve von Petzinger, who has painstakingly documented the recurring symbols found in Paleolithic art across Europe. Her research has identified at least 32 distinct symbols, suggesting a shared system of symbolic communication that spanned vast distances and long periods. While the exact meaning of all these symbols remains to be deciphered, von Petzinger's work, combined with Bacon's findings, paints a picture of a far more complex and interconnected Ice Age world than previously imagined. The exploration of Ice Age symbolism doesn't stop with the markings themselves. Some researchers, including the author of the Old European Culture blog, propose that the very arrangement of animals within the cave art encodes knowledge. They argue that the groupings of animals and their relationships to one another tell stories about the seasons, celestial events, and other natural phenomena. While this remains a more speculative area of research, it presents compelling evidence that this form of symbolic communication may have persisted for millennia, from the Paleolithic to the Neolithic and beyond. It suggests a deep and enduring connection between humans and the natural world, a connection expressed through art, ritual, and a sophisticated understanding of the cycles of life. As Tacitus wrote in his Germania, early societies were often governed more by their own beliefs than by laws. These beliefs, deeply intertwined with the natural world, are now slowly being revealed through the painstaking work of researchers like Ben Bacon. The discovery of the Ice Age lunar calendar is a watershed moment in our understanding of early human history. It demonstrates that the roots of writing, of scientific observation, and of complex symbolic thought stretch far deeper into the past than we ever imagined. Ben Bacon's work, a testament to the power of curiosity and collaboration, has opened a new chapter in the human story, revealing the remarkable cognitive abilities of our Ice Age ancestors. The Ice Age, once viewed as a period of primitive struggle, is now emerging as a time of intellectual awakening, a time when the seeds of human civilization were sown. As we continue to explore the mysteries of the past, we are not only uncovering the secrets of our ancestors, but also gaining a deeper understanding of ourselves.
Imagine a world hidden beneath the sands, untouched by human hands for millennia. When scientists recently opened a cave in the heart of the Egyptian Sahara that had been sealed for thousands of years, they uncovered a breathtaking glimpse into a forgotten past, the Cave of Swimmers with its mysterious rock paintings of people swimming in what is now one of the driest places on Earth. Join us as we delve into this astonishing discovery and compare it with another ancient wonder, Indonesia's Leang Timuseng Cave, home to the world's oldest known hand stencil, revealing secrets of humanity's earliest artistic expressions. In 1933, Hungarian explorer Laszlo Almasi stumbled upon the Cave of Swimmers in the remote Gilf Kebir plateau of the Egyptian Sahara. One of the most arid and inhospitable places on Earth, this region holds a small cave, about the size of a one-car garage, measuring approximately 10 meters by 3 meters. Despite its modest size, this cave is a window into a prehistoric era, when the Sahara was a lush, fertile land. The Cave of Swimmers is renowned for its Neolithic rock paintings, estimated to be around 10,000 years old. These paintings, created with a reddish-brown pigment, depict human figures in swimming postures, suggesting that the area once had bodies of water. The art also features wildlife like giraffes, reinforcing the idea of a once verdant environment. These depictions are not just artistic expressions, they are crucial evidence of the dramatic climatic changes that have transformed the Sahara from a hospitable environment to the arid desert we know today. Almasi's discovery gained wider fame through the 1996 film The English Patient, which drew inspiration from his life and explorations. Now let's travel to another corner of the world, to the Maros Pangkep karst region of Sulawesi, Indonesia. Here lies Leang Timuseng Cave, discovered in the 1950s but only recognized for its true significance in 2014. A team of archaeologists led by Maxime Aubert unearthed ancient rock art in this limestone cave, part of a larger complex covering an area of about 750 hectares, roughly the size of the city of Chicago. The cave itself, though modest in size, houses some of the oldest known figurative art in the world. Inside Leang Timuseng, the art includes a hand stencil and a depiction of a babirusa, or wild pig native to Sulawesi. The hand stencil, dated to at least 40,000 years ago, was created by placing a hand against the cave wall and blowing reddish pigment over it, leaving a negative image. This method of creating hand stencils is found in various ancient art sites worldwide, suggesting a shared cultural practice among early humans. The discovery challenges previous notions about the origins of symbolic behavior and artistic expression, indicating that these traits may have developed independently in different parts of the world or were a shared characteristic of early human populations. Comparing the cave's main chamber to a small classroom helps put its modest size into perspective, just as the vast Maros-Pankep region can be compared to the sprawling expanse of Chicago. These comparisons highlight how even small, unassuming spaces can hold treasures of immense historical and cultural value. The discoveries in both the Cave of Swimmers and Leang Timuseng underscore the potential for significant archaeological finds in unexplored regions, offering profound insights into our shared prehistoric heritage. In the heart of central India lies a remarkable discovery known as the Sistine Chapel of the Ancients. This cave complex, part of the Bhimbetka rock shelters in Madhya Pradesh, was unearthed in 2002 by Indian archaeologist Dr. A.R. Walimbe and his team. The Bhimbetka shelters, encompassing over 700 rock formations, are a treasure trove of prehistoric art. Among them, the Sistine Chapel of the Ancients stands out for its rich and well-preserved rock paintings. Spanning an area of about 10 kilometers, equivalent to the size of Central Park in New York City, this specific shelter is particularly notable for the intricate artwork adorning its walls and ceilings. The prehistoric paintings in the Sistine Chapel of the Ancients date back at least 10,000 years and depict a wide array of subjects, including hunting scenes, dancing, and religious rituals. The vibrant colors, red, white, and green, are derived from natural pigments sourced from minerals and plants. These paintings are remarkable for their complexity and the detailed representation of human and animal figures. This site offers a comprehensive view of early human life and culture in the Indian subcontinent, providing invaluable insights into the social and spiritual lives of prehistoric communities. The sophisticated nature of the art indicates a high level of cognitive and artistic development among early humans in this region. Just as Central Park serves as an oasis of nature within a bustling city, the Bhimbetka rock shelters preserve ancient art and culture within modern India. On the other side of the globe, in the Maros-Pankep karst region of Sulawesi, Indonesia, lies another archaeological marvel, Leang Timuseng Cave. Discovered in the 1950s, the cave's significance came to light only in 2014, thanks to the detailed studies and dating efforts of archaeologists led by Maxime Aubert. Leang Timuseng is part of an extensive limestone cave complex covering around 43,000 hectares, comparable to the size of Chicago. The cave itself, though modest in size, with its main chamber about 3 meters high and 10 meters wide, houses some of the oldest known figurative art in the world. Inside Leang Timuseng, the ancient art includes a hand stencil and a depiction of a babirusa, a pig deer native to Sulawesi. The hand stencil, dating back at least 40,000 years, was created by blowing reddish pigment over a hand placed against the cave wall, leaving a negative image. This technique, found in various ancient sites worldwide, suggests a widespread cultural practice among early humans. The discovery of such ancient art in Leang Timuseng has profound implications for understanding the origins of symbolic behavior and artistic expression. The age of the hand stencil predates similar art found in Europe, suggesting that the capacity for creating symbolic art may have developed independently in different parts of the world, or was a shared trait among early human populations. Imagine a group of teenagers exploring the French countryside, stumbling upon one of the most significant archaeological finds of the 20th century. In 1940, 4 teenagers, Marcel Ravida, Jacques Marsal, Georges Agniel, and Simon Coancas, discovered the Lascaux cave in southwestern France. This accidental discovery unveiled a treasure trove of prehistoric art, catapulting Lascaux into the limelight as one of the most famous and well-preserved examples of Upper Paleolithic cave paintings. The Lascaux cave, located near the village of Montignac in the Dordogne region, is a complex network of caves extending approximately 235 meters in length. This network of caves is roughly equivalent to the length of 2 football fields placed end to end. Despite its expansive size, the cave is divided into several main sections, each adorned with intricate paintings and engravings that date back around 17,000 years. The art within Lascaux is breathtakingly detailed and vibrant. The cave's walls and ceilings are covered with over 600 painted and drawn animals, including horses, deer, aurochs, and ibex. One of the most famous sections is the Hall of the Bulls, where 4 large bulls dominate the scene, one of them measuring over 5.2 meters long, larger than a modern-day SUV. The skill and precision with which these figures are rendered suggest a high degree of artistic ability and an intimate knowledge of the animals depicted. In addition to the stunning animal depictions, Lascaux also features abstract symbols and a rare human figure, which adds to the cave's enigmatic allure. The paintings were created using mineral-based pigments, such as ochre and charcoal, mixed with animal fat or plant sap to help the colors adhere to the rock surfaces. The artists utilized the natural contours of the cave walls to give a 3-dimensional effect to their work, demonstrating an advanced understanding of perspective and shading. Comparing Lascaux Cave to a modern structure helps to grasp its size and significance. Imagine the cave as an expansive art gallery, akin to the Louvre Museum in Paris, but carved into the earth and adorned with prehistoric masterpieces. Just as the Louvre houses a vast collection of art spanning centuries, Lascaux encapsulates the artistic achievements of our distant ancestors, offering a unique window into their world. Deep in the heart of India, shrouded in the mists of ancient history, lies a marvel of engineering and artistry that continues to baffle and amaze. The Barabar Caves, a series of rock-cut chambers carved into the granite hills of Bihar, India, the oldest rock-carved caves that exists to date. What secrets do they hold? How were they built? And what purpose did they serve? Could humans really have created this ancient wonder? The Barabar Caves, discovered in the early 19th century, are believed to be the oldest surviving examples of rock-cut architecture in India, dating back to the 3rd century BC. They were commissioned by Ashoka the Great, the Mauryan emperor who famously converted to Buddhism after the bloody Kalinga War. These caves were meant to serve as retreats for monks and ascetics seeking spiritual enlightenment. What is immediately striking about the Barabar Caves is the sheer precision and polish of their construction. The walls and ceilings are so smooth, they seem almost mirrored. The interiors are devoid of any ornamentation, emphasizing their austere and contemplative purpose. Even today, after more than 2 millennia, the echo of a whisper reverberates through these chambers, creating an ethereal atmosphere. The most iconic of the Barabar Caves is the Lomas Rishi Cave, distinguished by its unique horseshoe-shaped entrance, reminiscent of the Chaitya halls of later Buddhist architecture. The interior is a single spacious chamber with a vaulted ceiling, culminating in a stupa-like projection at the far end. The acoustics within the Lomas Rishi Cave are extraordinary, creating a sense of otherworldly resonance that amplifies even the slightest sound. But how were these caves built? The technology available at the time was rudimentary, consisting mainly of iron chisels and hammers. Carving into the hard granite would have been an arduous and time-consuming task. Yet, the sheer scale and precision of the Barabar Caves suggest a level of mastery that seems almost impossible for the time. Some scholars theorize that the Mauryans might have employed advanced techniques, perhaps even using fire to weaken the rock before chiseling. Others speculate that they might have had access to specialized tools or knowledge that has since been lost. The mystery of their construction only adds to the allure of the Barabar Caves. The Barabar Caves are not just architectural marvels, they are also repositories of history. Inscriptions found within the caves provide valuable insights into the Mauryan era, including Ashoka's edicts promoting peace and non-violence. These inscriptions show Ashoka's profound transformation from a ruthless conqueror to a benevolent ruler, a transformation that reverberated throughout the Indian subcontinent. But the Barabar Caves also raise intriguing questions. Why did Ashoka choose this particular location? Was it for its strategic importance, its natural beauty, or its spiritual significance? The story of the Barabar Caves is far from over. These ancient marvels hold more than just questions of technique and purpose. As we dig deeper into the mystery, we find that the caves are connected to a broader network of ancient secrets, some hiding in plain sight, others concealed beneath the surface of history. The Barabar Caves, it seems, are just the beginning. Let's turn our attention to the staggering amount of stone that was removed to create these caves. Carving out even one of these chambers would have required moving hundreds of tons of solid granite. While this might seem difficult enough today, with cranes and modern machinery, imagine doing it over 2,000 years ago with only basic tools. Experts estimate that the volume of rock removed from the Barabar and Nagarjuna caves combined is equivalent to the construction of an entire modern skyscraper. The caves aren't just hollow spaces, they are carefully engineered cavities with perfectly smooth walls and astonishing acoustic properties. This raises the question, were these caves intended for something far more complex than simple meditation? If we step outside the narrow confines of traditional archaeology, a number of unconventional theories begin to emerge. One of the most compelling is the possibility that these caves were not simply religious sanctuaries, but sites for ancient experiments with sound and resonance. Sound, after all, was a powerful force in many ancient cultures, believed to be a tool for healing, communication, and even construction. Could the Barabar Caves have been designed to amplify certain frequencies, perhaps to aid in meditation or to access hidden states of consciousness? Some researchers propose that the unique sound dynamics within the caves were not accidental, but were the result of advanced knowledge of acoustics, knowledge that may have been lost to time. When comparing Barabar to other ancient acoustic marvels, such as the Hypogeum of Safleeni in Malta, where low-frequency sounds resonate powerfully within the subterranean chambers, the similarities are striking. In both cases, the structures amplify sound in ways that seem unnatural. Could there have been an ancient global understanding of sound technology that allowed different cultures to manipulate their environments for spiritual or scientific purposes? But even more provocative is the idea that the Barabar Caves and the surrounding region could have been used for something much more practical. Some conspiracy theorists have speculated that these caves were not spiritual retreats, but part of a network of sites dedicated to early technological experiments, possibly in metallurgy or energy generation. Ancient India was known for its early advances in metallurgy, particularly with the discovery of Wootz steel, a high-carbon alloy that later became famous as Damascus steel. Could it be that the Barabar region, rich in iron ore, served as a hidden laboratory where ancient metallurgists conducted experiments in the production of alloys, harnessing the natural acoustic properties of the caves for unknown purposes? There's also the curious question of why the Ajivikas, a relatively obscure religious group, would commission such monumental works. Ajivikas were known for their strict ascetic practices, rejecting material wealth and worldly possessions. So why would they need such massive, intricately designed caves? Could it be that the caves had a dual purpose, both spiritual and scientific? Some researchers have suggested that the caves may have served as a place where spiritual leaders and early scientists exchanged ideas, blurring the line between religious meditation and scientific experimentation. This theory gains traction when we look at other caves and rock-cut structures in the region, like the Udayagiri and Khandagiri caves in Odisha, carved around the same time as Barabar. While Udayagiri and Khandagiri served more as monastic retreats for Jain monks, the designs are remarkably intricate, featuring tiered halls and passageways that hint at more than just religious devotion. Could these sites have been part of a larger network of spiritual and scientific centers stretching across ancient India? There is a growing belief that these cave complexes were not isolated projects, but rather the work of a sophisticated civilization, with knowledge that extended beyond the spiritual into fields like geometry, engineering, and metallurgy. Looking westward, comparisons with the Ajanta and Ellora caves in Maharashtra become even more intriguing. Unlike Barabar, the Ellora complex contains vast temple structures, including the breathtaking Kailasa temple, which was carved from a single piece of rock. What ties these sites together is the sheer scale of excavation. While Barabar focuses on precision and acoustic properties, Ellora and Ajanta showcase the massive scale and intricacy of rock-cut architecture. The fact that both were created around the same time period raises questions. Were these part of a grander pan-Indian tradition of rock-cut engineering that blended religion with early scientific understanding? Could the same knowledge have flowed between these centers, each site fulfilling different roles in a complex network of spiritual, technological, and social life? There are also strange connections to be made when examining other rock-carved sites across the world. For instance, Petra, the ancient Nabatean city in Jordan, shares some remarkable similarities with Barabar. Both were carved into solid rock, both involved an unimaginable amount of labor, and both exhibit architectural features far ahead of their time. Petra, with its elaborate facades and hidden tombs, and Barabar, with its smooth chambers and enigmatic acoustics, may have been created for vastly different purposes, yet the precision and effort involved suggest that the people who built them shared a deep understanding of stoneworking and engineering. While mainstream historians argue that these similarities are coincidental, the evidence is difficult to ignore. Were these sites merely the result of isolated advances in technology, or were ancient cultures more connected than we realize, sharing techniques and knowledge across vast distances? Then there's the question of why these caves are located where they are. The Barabar Caves are situated near Gaya, a place of immense spiritual significance in India. Gaya is not only home to the famous Bodh Gaya, where Buddha is said to have attained enlightenment, but the region itself is dotted with caves, temples, and religious sites. Could there be something about the land itself, something about the energy of the place, that made it a focal point for spiritual leaders and scientists alike?